Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Thursday, September 11th, 2025. I'm Bishop Terrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, the 5th anniversary of Queer News Tonight, with nearly 10,000 stories and 10 million views in 2024. We produced Pride Fed Diversity in August and Pride Fort Lauderdale early next year.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Queer outrage is drag asylum seeker detained by ICE. The detention of Hilary Rivers, a drag performer and asylum seeker from Central America by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, has sparked outrage within the San Francisco LGBTQ+ community. Rivers, who has been seeking asylum based on severe persecution in her home country, was taken into custody on June 25th, just days before the city's Pride festivities. Her detention occurred at a scheduled immigration appointment, leading to immediate mobilization from local activists. The incident highlights the vulnerability of queer immigrants and has prompted a community-wide response to support Rivers' legal efforts and protest against what they describe as a violation of sanctuary policies and due process. So here we go. This is another vulnerable person being targeted by ICE. And she was following the rules.
Yeah.
She was following, I'm so tired of that as well. I mean, she was going for her immigration appointment, following the rules, doing what she had to do. And there she was, targeted by ICE. They were coming after her. This just shows to me, it's another example of how brown, black, and queer folk are really being targeted right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is no longer even rare enough.
Yeah.
You know, like this is becoming way too normalized, where someone is at their appointment, they're at the courthouse, and either going in or coming out, they get nabbed. Sometimes they're coming out with an appointment to return, and they get nabbed. They don't ever make their second appointment because they've been snatched up, and some people are just taken off from their job, from their home anyway, and they never get a court date, and if that's what they mean when they say denied due process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they're criminals. No, they're not, because they weren't charged with anything. They didn't have their day in court. They didn't get a sentence for being found guilty of something. So what they've been is kidnapped.
Yay.
Without due process. They haven't been detained, they've been kidnapped. And these aren't detention centers, they're concentration camps, because they have not been given their day in court. And sometimes taken from having their day in court. Like they're in the process. When people say, well, they should have done it the right way, that's where they got nabbed, was doing it the right way in the light of day. People have become so cruel in the United States. And maybe I'm naive to act like this is some new development in the history of the United States, because when you look at Jim Crow, when you look at Japanese Americans detained for who they are, losing their property, not getting it back, when you look at the exploitation of Chinese workers for the railroads, when you look at women not getting the vote until well into the 20th century, when you look at women not being able to get credit cards in their own name or buy houses in their own name, without a husband or father to approve, well into the 70s.
Yes.
When you look at women losing bodily autonomy, when you look at the Voting Rights Act being gutted, maybe I'm the idiot here, because we really don't have a spotless record. What's different now, though, is it was bad and something happened and it got a little better. But it was still not great, but something happened and it got a little better. And then something happened and got a little better. This is the first time that I remember that we've regressed.
Yeah.
We still had so much more better to get, but this is the first time that I remember that we intentionally, gladly, purposely rolled back the clock. And so, yeah, it was never great that we stole the land from the native inhabitants, that we participated in the slave trade, that we had child labor. Yeah, we just have disgrace after disgrace after disgrace. But we stopped those things. And then we could celebrate, well, we don't do that anymore. We realized that was wrong, we don't do that anymore. Now we're saying, maybe it wasn't so bad, and we should go back and have some of those things. So that we are treating immigrants, well, they did. I don't care. I don't care. Most of them, almost all of them, have no criminal record otherwise. Those with misdemeanors don't have violent records. Some of them actually did try to do it through the process. Asking for asylum at the border is legal. You don't have to show up the border with any kind of process. You can come to the border and say, knock, 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 I need asylum. That is the thing, that is legal. So this idea that, well, they should have done this right. First of all, it's a false narrative. And second of all, if they did everything wrong, they're still people. They still deserve due process. If they're detained, they deserve that to be done humanely. This idea that you don't get your day in court, that you don't get to talk to your family, that you don't get to call someone and have someone, take care of your pets, that you're just snatched up and your life ruined, no one can feel good about that.
Yeah.
No one can think that's the way humans behave. No one can think that that is moral or ethical or decent or patriotic. So this is a really unfortunate moment in our history. And we need to wake up, and we need to speak up, and we need to act like we care about humans. We need to reclaim our humanity. Because by treating people as if they're not human, what we're doing is we're sacrificing our own humanity. So, and here's this trans woman. I can't tell that she took a misstep, other than she wanted to be here.
Yeah.
Now, increasingly, my question is why? Why would you want to be here? But especially in the Trump years, but for whatever reason, this seemed better than the hellscape they were trying to escape. And we can't have some kind of compassion around that. We can't have some kind of with the woman with the torch in the air, send me, give me. You're tired. You're yearning masses, yearning to be free. Your huddled masses yearning to be free. Masses, we won't let them in one at a time if they're from this country or that language or this orientation. So this is, you voted for this. And if you stayed home, you voted for this. And you need to fix this. This is not the legacy you want. This is not what you want the rest of the world to say for the rest of time it meant to be an American.
Yeah.
Every politician, every single politician that is in office right now is complicit. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal. I don't care, because this government that we have right now, in my humble opinion, is doing everything possible to destroy any hope for a better America. And they are deliberate in what they are doing. And if you're not screaming from the top of the roofs everywhere, then you are complicit. Because, and it's interesting.
Bernie and AOC, they get a pass, don't they?
Nobody gets a pass. Nobody gets a pass, because this is to the point where we're teetering. I do believe that this democracy is teetering on the edge. The folks in Texas, the Democrats in Texas, have an idea. They, in Texas, have to have a certain number of people in the legislature for things to get done.
To do business.
So they left Texas en masse. I think right now some of them are in Chicago. My point is, though, that anything that you can do, you've got to do more of what you're doing.
That's to prevent racist gerrymandering, because they're trying to secure an electorate for Republicans.
Yes.
And they're targeting South Texas, where there is a large Hispanic population, and the urban areas where there's racial diversity.
Yep.
Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Fort Worth. There was another one, another area.
Those were the major areas.
So they're Austin. They're choosing the urban areas to try to separate black voters. They're charging the places near the border to disfranchise Latin American voters, and they're doing it on purpose. To redistricting districts to secure white majorities, even in places where it's not a white majority. And so, yeah, the Democratic legislators are trying
doing
to
what they can.
subvert that process by not just not voting, but making it impossible to vote. And they're being threatened. I don't know if it's the governor or the president, but somebody said that there's some kind of legal consequences. But there isn't. I mean, if we are still a country of laws, we still have a constitution. No, you get to protest nonviolently.
And you get to go on vacation.
And you
in
get to go
Chicago.
on vacation. And they're doing it in sanctuary. They're taking refuge in sanctuary for their own safety.
So what I'm saying is that we've got to continue to do as much as possible. Here at Sunshine Cathedral, our bishops were out at the infamously named alligator Alcatraz to say that this is inhumane, this is disgusting, and we just have to keep speaking up, and we have to keep showing up. And what'd you say, Bishop? You got to keep voting. Yeah. If you don't vote, you're voting for the wrong side.
Yeah, if you're not voting,
you're voting
are
for
voting.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is, I don't want to lose track of that this is,
yes,
again, drag artists, trans people, queer people, in addition to people of color, people of various languages, whatever. There are intersecting oppressions, and people remember that they're coming here to be safe.
Yeah.
They are running, they're fleeing from some sort of danger. This was their hope of being safe, and this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
They are the
to asylum seekers.
The most vulnerable. We're going after them
Yes.
right now. Mm-hmm. And if anybody thinks that they're safe in the future,
there's no way to
no
way for us to be the good guys in this story.
No.
But we can rewrite the story. But that means speaking up, showing up, and voting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, I want to invite you to check out Performing Arts Series. Yes, the season is upon us. Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts has a great acts lineup for 2025 through 2026 season. Here is a taste of what is coming up.
Golden Ghouls, picture it. Halloween 2025 will be on our stage one night only, October 25th.
Then on November 7th, we welcome back Miss Coco Peru in Fuck This Shit. If this show is like her other tours de force, there will be storytelling, laughs, singing, and a moral to tie up the evening. Or maybe this one is entirely different. You'll have to come to the show to know for sure. But you already know it's going to be one of the best nights of comedy and drag artistry you will have enjoyed all year.
December 7th brings Matthew Darren's annual Holiday Fantasia, always amazing, and this year it will again be co-hosted by Varla Jean Merman.
And in 2026, there are already some great shows lined up, such as Selections from Pearly, a musical based on the play Pearly Victorious by Ossie Davis on February the 7th. For more information about these shows and others, and to secure your tickets, go to sunshinecathedral.org/arts.
Please like and share this episode on your social media and look for Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram.
You can also like our individual pages on Facebook. Remember to visit sunshinecathedral.org frequently. There you will find Bishop Talk, where Bishop Durrell and I interview queer religious leaders, activists, and scholars.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together. Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.